Today in crypto, I want to discuss with you 5 hot DeFi altcoins that I believe have 100x potential. Now, these 5 coins I'm going to be discussing have all had a brutal week. Many of them have seen 50% plus corrections, meaning that now could be a good time to buy these power players while they are on sale. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. Just a quick note for you as well before we dive in. Issue number 10 of Wealth Mastery is out now. Members will have received that straight to their inboxes a few hours ago. This week I cover why long-term thinking is so gosh darn important in investing, and why and how to keep some dry powder on hand for when we see the big market dips. DeFi Dad has 5 amazing staking opportunities that you can take advantage of today to start earning some incredible returns. Forrest has some very timely advice on how to avoid being scammed when investing, considering all the rug pulls we've seen recently. This is definitely something to watch out for. Jesse has a report on the Polkadot hype player ChainX and why it is an interesting opportunity worth paying attention to. And Rect Capital has some very, very timely and critical analysis of Bitcoin as we stand at this major juncture for Bitcoin. All of that for less than $10 a week. Let me and my team save your time and help keep you ahead of the curve in this crazy market. There's a link down below where you can learn more about becoming a member to Wealth Mastery. Also, we have to do the quick disclaimer before we get into this conversation. The coins that I'm going to talk about, you still need to go out and DYOR before spending your own money on them, because this video is not intended as a deep dive going into all the facets of these coins. I'm covering like 5 coins in 10 minutes here, guys. Let's keep it real. This is just to highlight some potentially undervalued cryptocurrencies that I think have a lot of potential and which you might want to have your eye on. Furthermore, I own some, but not all, of these coins that I will be discussing here, and I have been paid nothing to discuss any of the coins that I'm talking about today. Just free information for you to enjoy. So enjoy it, and I hope it's useful for you. With all of that being said, let's get this. Now, the first coin I want to discuss is Acropolis. Now, this is a DeFi Polkadot player that has already seen some really big gains this year, but it's definitely one that is worth looking into on this dip. Acropolis has built some really amazing products. Basically, it's a framework for creating for-profit DAOs with customizable incentives and automated liquidity. It's a really interesting DeFi player that I think hasn't really got a lot of attention, whereas some of the other players have got so much attention, but they're actually bringing in some really great products. Things like Sparta, which allow you to take under-collateralized loans, so the borrower only has to provide 50% of the collateral for the loan, which is pretty damn cool. It also allows you to passively generate yield via integrated yield rebalancing to help you get maximum available APR from different DeFi protocols. And the second product that they have on offer is called DEFI. Now, this is a pool that allows for automatic dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as yield harvesting from different popular DeFi platforms. Now, token holders also get governance rights, staking rewards, and a claim on platform fees. By the way, Acropolis does have a 2-token model, so don't get confused if you start looking into it, but I'm just talking about the ACRO, A-K-R-O token in this video. Now, that token has dipped around 50% since last week. If you want to get the secondary asset, ADEL, A-D-E-L, you should consider farming it. That's probably a good way to get it. Since they're giving it out for free, why not take advantage of that? By the way, they just announced a 50% ADEL burn, so those tokens just got a little bit rarer. The next coin I want to talk with you about is Meta, or M-Stable, which is a strong DeFi player which is focused specifically on the stablecoin market. M-Stable is a protocol that unites stablecoins, brings together lending, brings together swapping, all into one robust standard, basically allowing for unique savings options for stablecoins and trading for stablecoins with zero slippage, which, to be honest, if you have tried using a decentralized exchange recently, then you know that that can be a really, really big deal trying to swap between one stablecoin and another. Stablecoins are one of the biggest parts of really the crypto economy right now, but specifically of DeFi, where there's just absolutely soaring at the moment. So this kind of technology is important and could really take off. Now, the token itself is used for governance and does not really give any rewards per se, which is a little less compelling than some of the other coins on the list today for holders, but I think the potential for the meta token is big considering the stablecoin market is growing so fast. And right now, there's really not a lot of hype around this. So if you do buy it, you'd be buying before really the wider market picks up on it and everyone's talking about it. That's if the market picks up on it and everyone starts talking about it. But let's assume they do, then it'd be a good time to get in. Meta is currently down 56% after hitting a low of 70% earlier this week. You can buy this if you really want it, but you should consider farming it. You see, right here I'll put up the farming rates for MTA. They're actually very high, and it can be a very rewarding token to farm if you're willing to do it and you have the technical knowledge to do it. It's pretty easy to do. You just have to do it. The next coin I want to discuss with you is Telor. Now, if you like Chainlink, and this is definitely one to pay attention to. Oracles are super, super hot this season. Obviously, Chainlink has soared to incredible highs. Band has totally exploded. We have newcomers like Dia, which are making a very big splash on the scene. But Telor is a strong contender as well, with backing from Binance and Consensus. And their coming upgrade called Telor V2 will see a 5-fold increase on data times as well as more supported assets. And Telor, of course, was finally listed on Binance recently, so we have some real liquidity for this bad boy to pump in the future. Obviously, the listing saw a lot of price hype, but now it's back down big time. In fact, it's down 65% in a little over a week. Now, I personally think that this is one that will be at ETH parity at some point, meaning that 1 TRB will equal 1 Ethereum before too long, which potentially has a price point of $400 or $500 or even more for 1 Telor. Next is BZX, which is a total DeFi beast. Now, the protocol currently supports 2 DeFi platforms, Torque, which handles lending and borrowing, and Fulcrum, which handles leverage trading. It is partnered with many of the major DeFi players in the market already. Now, due to some exploits earlier this year as a result of flash loans being used on the platform, it was actually put on hold and has only recently relaunched after undergoing extensive and very serious audits. But what is perhaps most interesting for you is that token holders can stake their coins to get a cut of the fees on lending, on borrowing, and on trading across these different platforms that are part of the BZX protocol. And we could, of course, see more platforms coming in the future, meaning that if BZX is successful, there will be loads of money to be made off of being an early adopter and thus, of course, an early staker. The token is currently down a whopping 60% after hitting a low of minus 78% the other day. Now, this was both a situation where we had the platform launch sell-off, kind of the, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing, combined with the market correction. So it was just a savage correction for BZX. But I do think that this is the most undervalued major DeFi player right now and could easily 10x from here. And finally, there is Kava, which I've been a big fan of for a long time. This is a major player in the Cosmos ecosystem and allows for you to basically lock up assets and receive USDX stablecoin in return, basically like a MakerDAO-like situation, but for multiple blockchains, Binance, Kava, Bitcoin, and XRP next year, which is useful for, of course, both getting a decentralized loan, but also for getting DeFi stablecoins into the ecosystem that are collateralized with crypto. There are currently some very lucrative awards being given out every week to participants of the Kava platform to incentivize people to actually be minting out those stablecoins. And looking at the success of MakerDAO on Ethereum, I think Kava has a lot of potential to be equally as important because it's multi-chain. most importantly, Kava will be supporting Bitcoin later this year. I think that's going to be a massive catalyst for Kava, and it could see it go absolutely soaring. XRP will be coming next year, as well as potentially some other chains too. Kava is backed by some of the biggest players in the crypto industry and should have a pretty solid future in store for it. It is currently down 42% from last week and 55% from 2 weeks ago, meaning that now is a potentially very interesting time to enter a position on Kava. If it's something that you've been watching and wanting to get an entry on, now might be a decent time to do that, because I think that Kava is one of those cryptocurrencies that's going to have a multi-billion-dollar market cap during the bull run. So now is not a bad time for that consideration, if that happens, of course. Anyway, those are some of my picks of the hottest DeFi coins that have taken the biggest dips during this correction. A quick note as well, just because they've dipped 50 or 60% doesn't mean they can't go down another 50 or 60%. So just, keep that in mind, please. But what about you? What coins have you had on your radar during this big market dip? What have you been saying? Ooh, it's down 40 or 50%. It's time to grab it. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and it was useful for you. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.